Hello. This video will help you figure out how long you need to keep the records you create, use, and maintain as an official, administrator, or employee at Jefferson County Public Schools. A record is anything that documents your activities while working for JCPS. This could be a report to your supervisor, a work order, an invoice, or email message. If it somehow documents what you do at work, it is considered a record. This is true regardless of the form it takes. If it is on paper, on videotape, on your computer, or in any other format, it is still considered a record. Because this is a public school district, there are laws, regulations, and policies that govern how long we must keep the district's records. Kentucky laws and regulations, along with JCPS policies, mandate that we follow the state-approved public school district records retention schedule and the JCPS extended retention memorandum. These documents will tell you how long to keep the records you have. The public school district records retention schedule is available at the link on the screen. The retention schedule is approved by the State Libraries, Archives, and Records Commission. It has separate entries for the various types of records used by Kentucky's school districts and tells you how long to keep each of them. Each entry has a series number on the left. This is a unique way of identifying each type of record or record series and is the letter L followed by 4 digits. Each entry has a record's title and description, telling you the type of record and explaining why it is created and how it is used. If there are any restrictions on reviewing the record, they are listed here. The specific documents or pieces of information found in the record are here. And finally, each entry has retention and disposition information. How long do I have to keep the record, and what do I do with it once that time has passed? Moving on to the extended retention memorandum. This is online at the link you see here. JCPS keeps certain types of records longer than the state requires. These are listed in the memorandum. Once you have found a record on the public school district records retention schedule, you should check the extended retention memorandum for that record series number and title to see how long the district keeps the record. To begin using the records retention schedule, notice that the schedule is broken up into 29 sections, each of which covers various types of records. One way to start using the schedule is to find the section that applies to the type of records you use and review that section. For example, if you are handling records for a school-based decision-making council, you can go directly to that section and review what is there. The retention schedule is a PDF document, so it is searchable if you hit Control F. Some records are fairly easy to find. Let's say you want to know the retention period for your department's copy of a personnel file. You can hit Control F and search Personnel File. Clicking through the results, you will find Series L4466, Personnel Files, School/Department Copy. The retention for these files is 3 years after termination of employment. The next step is to check the extended retention memorandum, which is also a searchable PDF, to see whether JCPS's retention of Series L4466 exceeds state requirements. You will not find school or department copies of personnel files on the extended retention memorandum. They can be kept 3 years after termination of employment. Other times, a specific document may be part of a broader record series. Let's say you want to know how long to keep invoices. You can start by looking at different sections of the retention schedule. Does it seem like invoices would fall under one or another of these sections? They would most likely fall under financial. So if you scroll to the financial records section and look at the titles of various types of records, you will eventually find Series L5294, Accounts Payable File. The description of the record includes a bill for purchase, which is an invoice. The contents of the record series include vendor invoice. So this is the appropriate entry on the retention schedule to use for invoices. Notice that the retention period is 3 years. The next step is to check the JCPS Extended Retention Memorandum. Open the memorandum and look for L5294, or Accounts Payable File. If you run a search, you will find that the record is on page 2. JCPS requires us to keep invoices or accounts payable records for 5 years, even though the state only requires us to keep them for 3. You should keep invoices for 5 years. Keep in mind that the wording you use on the job might be different than what is on the retention schedule. For example, reports to a school regarding behavior issues on a bus are frequently called bus referrals. You will not find the phrase bus referral on the retention schedule. The appropriate entry, however, is Series L2641, Incident Investigative Report. The retention period is 1 year. This record is not on the Extended Retention Memorandum, so it is retained for 1 year. It is most important to get the correct record title and description. For example, student transcripts are mentioned in 10 different entries on the retention schedule. However, only one entry has a title and description that would cover transcripts directly. This is Series L2363, Student Cumulative Record File. The transcript is a permanent record. Remember, once you have found what you need, check the Extended Retention Memorandum to see if that type of record is there. It is Kentucky law and JCPS policy that the district's records be kept at least as long as the state requires, so it is important not to destroy any record before its time. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions about how long to keep records, contact the archives at 502-485-3098 or archives@jefferson.kyschools.us.